install StarGlass, and I've got two different kinds of examples. VogueByay, we've got glass bubbles in the A1R, so this is just kind of clear white, and we've got something with some matte in it, so we'll talk about pre-wetting, all that good stuff. So, you know, this is the smallest of the units. This is the 9-pound. This is like a sample bucket that I taped up to put in my suitcase to check so that you guys can see an installation. Like I was telling you, it's easy. It's one step, and there's nothing else going into this bucket. It's really important that installers don't add anything or take anything away from the bucket. A lot of old school guys, when they don't like consistencies, will have the tendency to add water or take away something. Because when you first pop this lid, you'll notice that there is a white film on the top, and they'll scoop it off. You need that urethane. That's a very important part of the mix. You know, what we've done here is a scientific process of the right amount of urethane to the right amount of glass beads, or the right amount of glass sand to the right amount of urethane. So all I want people to do is have a standard margin trowel. You know, and you want to mix from the bottom to the top. You know, just to make sure that you have a really thorough mix. You know, you want it to be creamy by the time you're done. And if people who aren't afraid, I would suggest touching this, so you can see how it feels.
So it comes just like that. You don't have to have it.
Nothing else. I'm really serious. You should touch it. It's not
How
bad for you.
thoroughly do you have to mix it?
That's it. What I did right there.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not scraping the side.
Okay. I want to touch. I want to touch.
That's it. Touch, please. I mean, it's the craziest feeling grout you've ever felt.
That is.
Yeah, because those glass beads are perfectly spherical. Because the way that
My wife uses that to soap for the face. So
Why do you know what it feels like?
because I exfoliate with
My
wife. Come on.
StarQuartz lock, you can drill mix because it's heavier. No high-speed mixing, low speed, no more than 30 seconds. Okay. With this, this is so easy to mix that even the larger unit, mix with your hands. It's really easy. I mean, you saw how easy to mix this, and this is like pretty much a full unit, which I'm going to leave here for you to play around with. So.
No problem.
What's the shelf life for this? I mean, you said
Good question. That's a really good question. So if it's brand new and you bought it from Dow Tile, you've got a 3-year shelf life. If you pop the lid and put it back on, you've got a 2-year shelf life.
2 years.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure it's sealed.
Yeah. So the way you do it is you take your finger and you just go around the rim, and you can take your trowel and you go around the inside, or you can take the blade. And what you want to listen for when you close it, you're not going to hear this one because I messed this bucket up earlier, dropping it, is a click. Because it has this vapor lock lid, and if you hear that, you're good to go. It seals the right amount of air within to not let it dry out.
Huh.
Okay. So,
Does that also, like, you're down to the bottom of the bucket, you really don't want to throw away that last inch and a half or inch?
I mean, you'll know by looking at it. If
Okay.
it looks crusty, then you know it's no good. If it looks okay,
No crusty bucket.
yeah, if it's crusty and like flaky looking, then it's exactly. I mean, on the job site, if you're working outside and it's hot, keep mixing. You know, like have next to you have your trowel in it, just stir, stir, stir. Because you want to keep it going, because it's going to separate, you know, because of the weights and densities. It's just, again, all science.
So it's not an evaporation issue, it's a separation.
Yeah, it's density issue. You know, it's the urethane has a, you know, with, I guess, higher density than the glass bead or sand or whatever. So we'll start with this guy. This is our bullet.
Yeah,
And we've got some matte finishing here, which is what I was talking about earlier. All matte finishes, please pre-wet. So pre-wet is simple. You know, I'm doing the traditional cross wipe like this that people are used to doing with cement grout. It's not necessary. What you're doing is 2 parts here. Is you're buffing the grout line and you're removing urethane and sand, or in this case, glass beads. This up a little bit. Throw some grout in. This one's like a grout eater. Lots of grout joint.
Isn't there a difference also between this grout and cementous grout is that you have to wipe it in short, smaller increments?
Yeah, that's a very good point, is that you don't want to spread a whole entire floor and then try to clean it, because like an epoxy, you know, that corner is going to start firing off curing. You know, while there's a 7-day cure, it still is going to fire. There's that thin there, urethane